when they first started doing comms. For the longest time, we always programmed, but once they went lithium, everybody got into communicating and closed loop and all that fun. And it's every single time I've tried closed loop, I've got probably a half dozen systems that are successfully using it and enjoying it. So I can't say every time, but out of 10 years of it being a thing and trying it probably 30 times, 25 times, it has been a warranty repeat comeback call. And in many of those times, certainly the earliest ones, the first recommendation after two or three rounds of trying to figure out why it's randomly glitching, even the tech support's like, just go close
Just
loop, open loop, and
mhm.
here's the settings you want. So, in my opinion, I think the closed loop's really been to try and make it more DIY friendly, and
It
and
makes you feel better, but at the end of the day, it just really doesn't even matter. I mean, like it. I've run both directions, and after the overall hype of checking your battery status 17 times a day, and you get to the point where it just works, then it's
yeah.
like I don't care if it's an open or closed loop. I mean, just meh.
Well, and
I mean,
with
that's
Home
been that's.
Assistant and Solar Assistant, we can still get all of the data
Mhm.
without having to be at the risk of my entire system shutting down because one Cat 5 cable has a
Mhm,
glitch
mhm.
all of a sudden or gets bumped or what have you.
I did
Well,
notice. Oh, go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say with the closed loop, I think Rudy had a great point because anybody can't mess with a handful of settings when you're in closed loop because it's just going to pull that data from the battery. So you're not going to over discharge, under discharge typically because you're in that closed loop communication with the battery. So there's going to be less calls because, well, what's the good rate to charge this at? And, you know, how come this setting doesn't work? It's like you just plug it in and it just works.
Well, and see, and that's really where I was thinking, and I did a job. One of our first and big, nice off-grid projects was in Victoria, Texas. And if you don't know where that is, it's a long ways from Tyler, like 7 hours. In fact, when we went out to do the job, it was not far after Katrina, and we had to load all our gear on a flatbed towed behind their tractor to get across the swamped out
Mm.
area. But long story short, we set it up on comms with that same thought. It's going to be more reliable for the customer. Most all my customers are not handsy enough to want to even get into settings. It's
Right.
supposed to just work. We set it up and do it no matter what. But what I have seen, sadly, with most of the comms is, like I said, the early Sunny Island comms with lithiums, very troublesome. And we ended up having to abandon those several times. And we tried them with several different battery brands. And I do have, like I said, three or four different batteries. Some home grid. I got some other ones that are talking and working fine. We can make it work. It's just it's proven to be less reliable to be in a closed loop, from my experience,
Mm.
statistically, and especially when I'm dealing. Most of my clients are very, very dedicated to not wanting their system to shut down for anything short of holy shit, it's about to burn down. So they, if we're out off grid in the middle of nowhere on a prepper compound, we're not putting rapid shutdown under the panels and a disconnect button on the side of the bunker. Um, so yeah, that's been our experience with it. And then it also, my other favorite thing about doing open loop is most of us are growing over time, and I've got 4-year-old Harris batteries, 3-year-old Harris batteries, 2-year-old Harris batteries, and then I've got a dozen EG4s. Well, then Renon gave me a better price point for bigger batteries, and I got a half a dozen Renons.
Mhm.
Yes, with enough attention to detail and nerding out, you could probably make at least the Renons and the EG4s do a closed loop. The Harris,
It's not worth it.
yeah, it's
No.
just not worth
No, not worth it. I mean, those of us that get batteries to review and test and stuff, we're growing our battery banks over time with, every brand that basically shows up, and you just plug it in and make sure your cables are sized properly and your bus bar is sized properly, and we just run in acid. Or actually, I did notice with, and I don't know if the 6000s have this now with a new firmware update, because I just don't go in and check it anymore. When I was doing the FlexBoss 18, I noticed that there's actually an open loop lithium other. Just, it's like it works as the lead acid, just off lithium, or it's just called lithium other, I think is what it was. That was new to me.
Thanks for watching this clip from Unplugged Live. If you want to see the rest of the full hour show, check it out right here. We do it live every single Thursday night. Catch us live and be part of the conversation.